First quarter.
So TikTok is at war right now with Universal Music Group. Apparently, every other label has already come to an agreement with TikTok. This was the last label that they were trying to get some sort of agreement set up. Mm-hmm. They can't agree on whether it be the fees and the they, as far as in both of their statements, they mentioned things like usage rights, AI, things of that nature. But to culminate it, Universal Music Group does not currently want any of their artists or any of the music that they own to be played on TikTok. So they've pulled it all. And that includes videos that have already been posted. So a lot of people's old TikTok videos, if you go and press play now, the songs aren't on them.
Oh, man.
So now they got quiet like videos. They got just silent videos. And, you know, for those who don't know who signed to Universal, think everybody big. Like, I'm talking about from your Drake to Nicki to Doja Cat, all your major artists, Taylor Swift, like, they are Universal.
Ain't Bad Bunny over there? I could have that wrong.
I'm not sure about Bad Bunny, but it feels like damn near everybody is there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, somebody said at last count, they own almost 1/3 of music. Period.
That's a lot.
That's a big game changer, but I mean they was trying to get TikTok to pay up because TikTok is getting the bag. I don't know all the particulars like that when it comes down to the real numbers, but TikTok getting it, and you know they getting it off of people who's putting these songs in their videos and their is reel's the right word for TikTok? I don't want to say the wrong
just
thing.
Just videos, TikTok videos.
Okay, TikTok videos and running it up. We see what happened with Jid's song.
Yeah.
And people
Money Long.
Money Long is people records who ran up crazy, and now that's in jeopardy with this going on.
I can see how like there's like a discrepancy between like, you know, whether it's paid, whether it's rights, because it's like at the same time TikTok can argue like, well, shoot, we be like, because TikTok be putting some songs on, like you hear them TikTok and be a trend. They make it so trendy.
And that's where the argument comes in, because both sides have a point.
Right.
Where Universal has a point where they're like, okay, well, we're allowing you to use our artists' likeness and music and stuff like that. We need to check. TikTok is looking at y'all and they're like, we're not only giving you guys free promo, but we're proving that we've actually raised the sales and streams and things of that nature for a lot of your artists.
Yeah. And it be some of them basic songs you never really heard, but you hear it on TikTok being played over and over and over and over.
Yeah, and it's proving now that even songs that, if we're being honest, if you know, objectively, there's songs that are terrible, but that will still run because they're on TikTok. There's songs that, you know, like we always had parody people like Weird Al, or like people who made parody music.
Yeah, right.
But even now, you got records that aren't real songs, that are just joke songs or whatever, that'll go crazy on the charts or go crazy in general as far as sales because of TikTok.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that if I could see both sides of it. I could sit on TikTok's side and be like, to be honest, we're giving you so much. Why are you looking for a check? Mm-hmm. If we're and because I heard other people who were like, well, you know, TikTok owes them a check or whatever. There's no such thing as doing it for the look. I call that cap, because the Grammys don't pay nobody. The Super Bowl don't pay nobody. There's a lot of these performances that don't pay, but y'all still do it. Y'all will still bust your ass trying to do it or trying to get on that stage. Why? You're trying to get on that stage because you want X amount of people to see you. Now, my question is, if 500 million, 600 million people laying eyes on you is a lifelong dream for an artist, right? Mm-hmm. And that's the Super Bowl. What about 1 billion?
All right.
If I was TikTok, that would be the way I'd be looking at it. Yeah. You mean to tell me you'll go perform for them for free, and they could put 100 million people, make them see your stuff? What about me? I got 1 billion.
Right.
I got almost 2 billion.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Both sides got a good point in this whole thing. Hopefully, maybe they could come to some terms where it works, where they could put the music back though. Because again, I want to see all the artists win. You know, this is a way for like a kind of an easy win, because if the kids like it, even if your peers don't like it or whoever the purists are don't like it, if the kids like it or the foreigners, whoever got TikTok like it, then you could blow, you could eat, you could get a,
you know what I'm thinking though?
Nice little bag.
What I'm thinking is, and I agree with you that this is one of those situations that you would hope they would resolve quickly. But I'll say this. I think it'd be interesting to see, hypothetically, if Universal doesn't fold and TikTok doesn't fold. I would love to see how all of these independent artists and all of these, because the lane is open now. Yeah. Because you can't play Drake, you can't play Nicki, you can't play all these big artists. Now you gotta dive. You gotta look for these local artists. You gotta look for these songs that now, as they're going through, they're still gonna. People aren't gonna watch less TikTok videos. They're not gonna scroll less. They're not gonna stream less. They're not gonna. So what's gonna happen is now, as they're swiping, you have no choice but you're swiping through either A, people that are not the biggest artists in the world, or B, people who are local who are independent. So as you're swiping through, now I want to see what happens when you take all those views from the big boys. And we could watch this is the music version of The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
Oh wow!
I was just about to say
Replacement
that too.
Killers.
This
not Replacement Killers. The Replacements was a movie with Keanu Reeves. That was a football movie where the NFL had a lockout, and the majority of the football players refused to play ball. So now they had to go around these towns and look for people who would be willing to join the NFL.
Oh, so this is the version of that in the music way.
To me, these are the people that would never have gotten a chance. Come on, how were you gonna make it past Taylor Swift, Drake, and Nicki and all that? No, you wasn't.
No.
Right. Now let's see what you can do for the next, let's say, week or let's 2 weeks, next month. These dudes are literally not on the board right now.
Right.
People cannot choose their music. So now they still have they're gonna want to post their videos. They're gonna want to, you know what I'm saying? Like women are still gonna want to whatever videos they got where they're walking away, they're filming their dinner, they're doing all these things. They're gonna want a song in the background. Now it's up to you.
Well, I hope the unsigned artists are just the underground. I hope they eat. I hope this could help them eat. But I still would like to see them still come to some terms with the bigger labels too, because I'm happy for
them boys gonna eat either way.
They're gonna eat anyway.
Drake, SZA, all of them, they're gonna eat either way. So now I kind of low key, if I was, I have that arrogant mindset where if I was TikTok, I'd low key be like, all right, and I'll sit, and I would watch, and as I would even drop. You know what's even nastier that I just thought of? I control the algorithm.
Yeah,
I could find some young hot people and blow them up.
Right.
And now, you know what I really want to do? Your little precious billboard? What if your formerly hot artists are being dethroned by my new hot people?
Yep.
Let's really play this game.
You about to make TikTok open up a goddamn record label.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, imagine, because all I got to do, I have the back end control, which means if I want you to be hotter, if I think, oh, this song is catchy, I see a lot of people like it or whatever, let me look this person up. They're not signed to Universal Music Group?
Oh, it's up.
Go ahead and put under the algorithm. Let's go ahead and make this an advertisement. Everybody who looks at their phone in the next hour is going to see this video. All 1 billion. As a matter of fact, let's do it like radio. We're going to put this on everybody's algorithm once every 30 minutes for the next 2 days. So at that point, I'm going to look at it like this. How about this? Let's go ahead and put this on everybody's algorithm once every 30 minutes for the next 2 days. Flood it.
That would be ill.
And we know how the mathematics of music works. We know how the psyche of music works. We've had songs before where you heard it the first time or the second time, you're like, I don't like it. But if it's a catchy hook, if it's the right key signature, if it's the right bop, and they play that every 30 minutes, you don't think you're gonna be walking around humming it at some point?
It happens. You see how songs became like popular.
Who let the dogs out? I used to hate that, but then bro, you couldn't help but just bop to it every time it came on.
I ain't gonna lie, I thought that song was so annoying.
Right. But it's hard.
But when it plays, I'm right there singing. When the party was hot, the party was jumping. Hey.
I liked this song, and then when I found out what the song was about later in life, I was like, oh man,
that's crazy. Yeah.
We ain't gonna get into that.
Because we all done been in a place before and felt like who let the dogs out. But I think I don't know. I look at it this way and I say, the mature part of me does, would love to see everybody get their money. But I think there is a part of me where it's like, y'all already run Billboard. You guys most of your artists have these big contracts. You could tour the world. You could do this. You could do that. Y'all moving yourselves out of the way as a threat is leaving a lane so open for independent artists that I would love to see what that vacuum look like.
I feel like eventually, I could have it wrong, but I feel like they eventually will spin the block though, because they're gonna see other people getting into the pie that they want, and they like, all right, we got to figure this out.
And you know what I would do as TikTok? I'd be like, well, thank you for your consideration,
but we have decided to do other business.
Because can you imagine? Now I get to do business with people who, you know what? They're not as annoying as you guys.
Right.
They don't have all these demands.
As a matter of fact, they're very thankful to be stupid viral and be changing their circumstances right about now. These niggas are I like people who are grateful.
That's real.
I'm going to keep doing business with them.
I just wonder what they was asking for, though, for the money. Because, like, I could see where UMG is like, we should be getting some kind of cut, but I wonder what they were asking for. That would determine how I feel about it, and as far as on the side of Universal.
Because technically, TikTok could be being greedy. They could be being greedy and being like, but then,
I mean, because if it's your song and somebody uses it in their video, and that video hit crazy numbers, of course, as the artist, you kind of want. I mean, you're getting exposure at the same time, but of course, you want a bag because the person who made the video.
But you know what? But here's the essence of the video.
To offer me 1% of that is just kind of crazy. If that's where the case, that's an extreme. I'm not.
But
saying
even
if
it is 1%, right? Like I look at it this way: we had America's Funniest Home Videos when we were Jits, right?
Classic, still running too.
If a video got very popular from that. Mm-hmm. And in the video is somebody falling down the steps, but they got Alicia Keys. I Keep On Falling. Should Alicia Keys get a bag for that?
I mean, if they run it up enough, yes.
I mean, it's free promo.
It's free promo. Like you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Yeah. Like that person's not selling your record. Right. They're not performing your record. They're not pretending that they're you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's.
I feel like
somebody doing something and your song is in the background, and then now it's causing people to purchase your song.
True.
I don't know, dog.